here now. Okay, hi. Actually, you're not here. You're not here, and you can see it later, but right now you're not here. Okay, so I've been procrastinating. I think I've been procrastinating. Maybe I've just been getting ready. I have gotten a lot of things ready. I'm going to cut fiddleheads. So I have my keys, and I have my bag, and I have my raincoat and my rain pants, and I'm dressed in clothes that I think will keep me warm under this stuff without being too thick, I hope. And good morning, Suze. But it's been raining hard. Oh, look, I see the raindrops have stopped. It's not so bad. Ooh. But you see, turning on YouTube and making a live video is like the ultimate procrastination there is, right? It's like assurance that I won't get out of the house. But I did a few things today. I discovered we had water. Hi, Lois. Nice to see you too. There's water leaking in on the side of the living room in one of those windows, under one of the windows. And it's all new. Everything is 6 years old, so it's not like it was a rotten window. Everything is new and it's all perfectly done and plastic where it's supposed to be, and for some reason it's leaking. Anyway, so I phoned our handyman and he came over. He had a busy day, but thought if he came right away, he could do it. And sure enough, he did it. He looked at it, and he's got his suspicions of which way the water's going and what's happening. So he's going to go and have his best of his busy day, and he's going to think of how to fix this and what to do about it, aside from opening the wall up. But he felt the drywall, and he said if it's wet, it'll be cold. It won't be warm. That's a good thing to know. There's a little piece of wisdom that you might want to get before you need to get it. Since wisdom is the consolation prize for messing up, which you know. I know you know because I have told you over and over. Okay, so I'm going to be dressed warmly and rainproofly. Oh, I need a hat. My rain hat. I'll have to go get that. So the idea is I drive down there, I get out, and I go down to the fiddlehead patch. They were this tall yesterday. They could be open and too big right now, but it's cold. But things do grow a lot when it's cold. The grass has grown, 6 inches in a few days. Some of the grass. The lawn has not done that. It's different grass, right? So now I just need to get the energy and the interest, because I was going to do this when I woke up. It was like the first thing was to find all these items, get it all ready. Like I had to dig in the closet for the rain gear, and I had so many things I had to figure out. And then it's difficult now to do all these things. And I finally got it all done. But in the meantime, our friend did come over and have a look at this. So he will make a decision about it. But that moving furniture out from the wall around the window is it's a big window. So there's a lot of furniture right alongside it. Little tables of my mother's. Maybe they should be in different places, Where would they be most useful? There's no place for them in the house. Everything is full. Everything is full. Did you see my sunflower wisdom sign? Look at this. I'll read it to you. Maybe I can do this. Sunflower wisdom. Be sunny. Be positive. Rise and shine. Grow with grace. Spread seeds of happiness. Be humble. And the rest is a hidden message, is a secret. Head high, so we know what that is. Hold your head high, and I don't know what's below it. So, I have an itchy nose. Oh, does your nose itch when you're lying? I think that's one of those things that if you're telling a lie, your nose will itch. Like my sign, I do too. I forget where I got it. I think I got it when I went to see Mary Jane. I wasn't gonna buy it, of course. But then I thought about it and I thought, I should buy that. That would be good to have in my house. Because I'm noticing that the people in my family read these things that I've got on the wall. If you can dream it, you can do it. And if the love of a family is life's greatest gifts, the one you just saw. And then there's another one up here, which is Grandma's Babysitting Service. I found this at the Reuse Center. Grandma's Babysitting Service. Okay, let's see if we can get that. Little people always welcome. Service includes meals, lessons, entertainment, and lots of hugs. Tender care for your most precious possessions. There. Isn't that nice? Could take a picture of it if you want. Hold this camera steady. Anyway, there you go. Anyway, but I'm noticing people read the things that you put up. Nobody really comes over too much. Comes over, and our daughter comes every day to bring kids, do the kid things, but not every day. Okay, so I'll give you a little update. Daniel is on the pathway between the ground and base camp. It's Everest Base Camp. And the whole thing is above the tree line. I was wondering, it's like a field. Everywhere it's like a field, and I don't see much snow. And I think, but there's like a little village of stone houses, and there's a yak walking between them. Yaks are dangerous, he says. This is one guy you don't want to tangle with. Some people have got yaks in pens. They've made stone walls and the yak is inside, and they feed it. They're wild animals, right? Yak, it's like a bear is walking through town and you trap it and you keep it. You raise it and then I suppose you eat it. Anyway, the Himalayas. Imagine hiking in the Himalayas. Above the tree line, and it's not that cold. It's starting to get colder. He was getting farther up to the top and it's getting colder, and I don't know. A lot of people on the trail there, she says. Lots of people. It's neat when you can sort of live vicariously through your children. He goes on lots of treks all over in Vietnam and other places now. Just for fun, just because the group's going, he figured he's going to go too. His girlfriend is the one she does all kinds of stuff. Before he met her, she had, what did she do? She had taken cooking classes in Thailand. So she had left Vietnam and gone to Thailand and taken cooking classes. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know how old she is. I don't know how old. Yeah. What do you do with the fiddleheads? Well, we eat them. We harvest them and you wash them. You don't have to wash, but anyway, you blanch them. You take boiling water and blanch them and take them out, and then you can freeze them. or you can dehydrate them. If you dehydrate them, you can crumble them when you put them into the soups, and then they break into little pieces. Otherwise, they might be tight to begin with, but when they cook, they unwind. Like if they're in the pressure cooker front, they unwind. They look like green worms. Oh, I made dinner today. I made it first thing. I figured because if I get out there and I go down and I pick those fiddleheads and get back in that car and come up here, I'm going to be tired and wet and hungry. I'll be tired anyway. But see, now, is that a good thing to do, to predict your tiredness? This is going to make me, if I want to have energy, I'm living in a depleted mode, like I don't have this energy. I can't do this. I can't do that. And what can I do? Well, when Willem was gone, I did what I could. I could see what I could do and what I couldn't do. And if you sit and rest, you can do an incredible amount of things. But you have to sit and rest. Sometimes, however, it's a lot once you're sitting and resting, even if you're right in the middle of the patch where you're going to do something. You may not want to get up. You may still not want to get up. You may think, oh, it's so nice to sit here and look at the pretty view. Everywhere I look, there is a lot to do. Everywhere. Everywhere. I have a million projects that I have started over my lifetime. And a sizable amount of them are finished. Lots of baskets and tatting and clothing, sewing. Hi, Willem. Good morning.
Good morning.
Did you get a good sleep in the end?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
We have something to eat, and then I'm going to go and do the fiddleheads.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting you're going to do it. And I've been making myself get ready. I've got almost everything ready. I've got the car keys. I've got my phone. I've got my gear, my wet gear, and I've got a bag. All I have to do is put them on. And I was going to go and do fiddleheads. We may both need to do it, though. There may be a lot.
Maybe so. I'll give it a start. But first I'm going to have something to eat.
Can I do it? Can I do the fiddleheads?
If you wish, sure. But be careful that you don't hurt yourself with your back.
Thank you.
Or yeah, we can probably both do it. We both have rain gear. We can do it at the same time. Although there's probably only in one spot so far.
So when the fiddleheads push up, these are the entire amount of fern leaves that are going to be on that fern plant?
Say it again.
When the fiddleheads crown the surface, when they just start to come up like my fingers,
Yeah.
are the ones that are coming up then, is that all that will be there? Or will there be a few later?
There will be a few later. Yeah.
So if you leave 3,
Yeah.
there will be more than 3 later?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can probably get away with leaving 2. Well, but you can, yeah. Leaving 3 in the end is probably good, so it'll be healthy and stay healthy in a healthy batch. Yeah. Where are all these?
Well, that's really exciting that you're going to go down and do this. I guess I could just go for a walk.
Yeah, you could.
Could I?
Yeah.
I could go. Yeah.
It's a bit dreary, but if you really want to.
Well, sometimes it's really nice to walk in the rain. It's something you don't do, and it's a really different experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been doing it in Holland for a while, right? Hi, Uma.
Okay, good. He wants to drink, or he wants to go outside, but you can't go outside.
So-
It's dark.
Somebody asked about fiddleheads. Do they grow them or do they grow wild? They grow wild. So these are big ostrich ferns. If you see them, they're like a meter high, a yard, when they've got their big leaves all opened up. You have to look up the ostrich. I have shown in many videos the difference in ostrich fern and other ferns. So which ones are the ones with fiddleheads? So there are videos on here about that. Just look Nancy Today fiddleheads. You'll find them. But black flies are going to start very soon. But it's cold. I think it has to get warm. But the leaves are not quite out on the trees. There's some early leaves that come out. So the fiddleheads are good to eat. You need to cook them, and you should change the water. I think they have oxalic acid in it. Is that right?
I'm not sure how much they have, but it is a good idea to blanch them. That's what you're told to do here.
Okay, so he blanches them. Look, it's getting green out there. That part has always been green. It's getting green out there. That part has not been very green. It's still not perfectly green. Boy, there's a mess down there at the teepees. Well, not at the teepees as much as the ponds. There's white stuff everywhere. You look and you see a white chair, and you see another white chair, and you see there's lots of stuff, like a black tarp that has blown over so it's white. It's not black anymore. And the weather is kind of, tarps go with the weather. Anyway, that's sort of happens on some places. We have this great big paddle boat, which we really can't get out of the water. It snowed there days ago. It still, it did snow. It didn't snow yesterday. It did freeze twice since it got hot. It got really hot, and then abruptly cold, and we had snow twice, I think, and rain. Lots of rain now. Once it starts raining, like after a spring thaw, you have a little break and it gets dry. And that is when you have to plant. If you plant then, you are like a month ahead of everything else. Because it's already in the soil, and the wet water germinates all the seeds. It all warms up. And as soon as it turns 45 degrees in the soil, they'll germinate. So you're going to have all your stuff is going to germinate in that wet. And then it'll get dry, and it'll be dry. May will get really hot because we don't have leaves yet. So it feels a lot hotter. I think that's what's happening. And perhaps it has to do with the ozone and that time of year. I'm not exactly sure. But May is very hot. It gets almost as hot in May as it does in July. June, it's cooled right off in June. See, that's how we get to have a full season of gardening, is that it's cool, it grows faster. I thought when I lived in Georgia that you had to live somewhere warm for your garden to grow, and how could people way up in Canada have a garden? But it actually grows faster. If you notice this year, you cut your grass a lot more when it's cool than when it's really hot. When it's really hot, nothing grows. Okay, so I guess this puts a different spin on my plan. So I was going to get off of this. I was going to put my clothes on and go down there and work. Well, if he's going to do the fiddleheads, I don't know how many are ready at the beginning. Probably not a lot. But they were up. I could see 3 or 4 patches closest to me that had fiddleheads up. They had about 4 up in each one or something. So, everything is different. You know, read all these things about the things that are going to change, the things in our future, all the predictions. Wouldn't it be nice if you could get all the predictions together and see, well, in 2024, what's going to happen? 2025, 2026. You can go up through all the years, and there's things that are slated to happen. There's a bridge that's going to be built in your area, or there's, you know, that in 10 years something will come into effect, but also the tipping points and like we can look forward to more of this. And we're supposed to have a bigger food shortage after now. Like this next year, food prices are supposed to go really high, and there's going to be shortages. And I'm not sure how that works, but the way the food chain goes, and the fires and the freezes, and we've always had that, a year when oranges are higher and um, different things like that. But now I have this app which shows the airplanes that are in the sky, and it's like the whole everything everywhere there's earth, it's yellow, like yellow airplanes. It's just you have to zoom out pretty far to get where you're seeing space in between all the airplanes when you're pretty close to the earth by then, close to a spot. Anyway, there's a lot of transportation across the ocean, the whole planet. I don't know how they're going to stop using up all that gas. That's just, I don't know. Musk and his electric stuff. Is he going to come up with an electric airplane? Maybe. Maybe so. But even electricity is how renewable is it? You know? Hydroelectric is what we have a lot of here. We have a lot of water. Well, there's a lot of electrical places. It's so windy out there. It's windy and it's raining and it's cold and it's wet. But I am determined that I am going to have a goal today, and that's going to be it. And that's going to be the next thing I do. And if it's cold, I will just have to bundle up with more stuff on. I need a rainproof hat. You know those waterproof hats that come down like this? In Holland, when it rains, and it rains a lot, and I suppose there's many places that rain a lot, but you don't take an umbrella because the winds circle and come upward, they go like that. And so they'll just gust away, and you see garbage cans all over with umbrellas in them. I don't know why people take their umbrellas if they know that they're going to be in the garbage. But anyway, some people are like me, or just think that they can do it. Oh, other people can't handle their do this. I sure change the subject a lot. It's hard to remember what I'm talking about because I've talked about so many subjects between the one I was talking about. I see leaves on those trees. Especially that one at the edge. Yes, the weather has always been the dictator of my plans. The weather, and now it's the weather on my body. Thank you, Uma, for the hug. That was nice. I miss you guys. Been kind of lonely sometimes. Well, I'm working through it. I guess loneliness happens. My plan is to go for my walk every day, which has changed because the stream is really high, but I can now see the bridges on the stream. So the stream is now back in its bed, and the bridges are tied in place. Anyway, so my goals are to take a walk every day and to walk down the hill and up the other side in case I never get a bridge. I'm going to go by that surveyor place and see if I can talk to somebody there. And I think that's where they were. You were fasting. I'll try and peep in more. Nice to see you. Nice you're here. What about chopping down some trees? Now, why do you keep saying things like that, Tyler? I have to cut some trees that are alongside that have bent over. There's a whole lot that are bent over. I don't chop them. That would be hard work. I have this very sharp curved saw. And when you go, it kind of it's doing more than half because it's curved. You know, the blade is anyway. So a lot of the alders that are bent right over and are limiting my access to the teepee. I want to kind of wait and see what the beavers are taking. They're taking a lot of stuff. I don't like cutting down trees. I like planting them. So I've got a bowl full of a sickle. Well, it's got a handle and it's got just the blade. And there's not like any distance. And it's got jagged teeth. I thought it was a pruning saw. Anyway, it works really well. Something about it. 3 or 4 pulls and you've gone through a branch. Oh, look, there's some pigeon. Look at that. I have a pigeon on there. Is it a pigeon or a dove? What would you call it? Where is it? No, Joseph Smith is not Jesus Christ at all. 0. Joseph Smith testified of Jesus Christ. He told what Jesus Christ's, he was a mouthpiece. What about riding your swing as exercise? Yes, I could ride my swing, but they say that walking is the very best exercise. And of course, you have to keep moving. If you stop moving, you can't move anymore. You lose it. And I usually push everything to the limit and say, "Oh, you're right. They're doing it. Work is right. So I better start moving." Yeah, but this time I think winters are getting harder to get through. As far as your body and sitting. Winters used to be, like a mental thing. You had to find something to occupy yourself while you're in the house. But you didn't have to sit all winter. Like, I didn't sit a lot. For 20 years, we didn't have a television or anything like that. I did have a computer where I was a writer for a little while. So I used my computer back then. Swimming is the best exercise. Yes, they say that. Yes, I have been swimming with the children sometimes, but generally, well, now they don't want to go swimming anymore. They just change their mind. They like something, everything's about something, and then you do it a few times, and then they don't want to eat it, or they don't like it anymore. Oh, yes, I love it. It's my favorite. Eat it once, eat it twice. Third time, I don't like that. Very strange. Very strange. I remember getting in lots of trouble if I didn't eat my food. Why? You had to sit and stay at the table until you finished every bite. Anyway, good thing I loved a lot of food. I love food. I don't think there was anything I didn't really like, except when I was little. Squash. Hi, dear.
Getting there.
You're getting there. Look at this. You're in shorts. It's cold out there, Willem.
Well, the long pants and everything, they all get wet at the bottom when I went in there. So
you're not going to wear your pants? You're just going to use the shirt?
This and the rain gear, I guess.
This is my opportunity to not procrastinate and to get out there. Okay, I got to go. I'm coming with you, okay?
Okay, well, I'm not ready yet.
Oh. Okay, well then I don't have to go. Sorry about that. we just kind of go with the flow here, right? So the children have bicycles and they've been riding around the deck on the bicycles. It's the best deck ever. I just think it's the best. Every house needs a deck that goes all the way around. But it's for people that want to be outside, that may need to be near the house a lot, like winter, right? If you got a big deck, you keep part of it shoveled off. It's different than a walkway. A walkway, you're shoveling up. You're always digging down to the ground and shoveling it up. But with a deck, you're pushing it off. Or snow blowing it. The snowblower rides around on the deck. But I've added so many little roofs now that they piles of snow fall. But there's only a certain time when that happens. Oh, but there's, you either have huge heavy snows that fall off the roof, or you have the chunks of ice, or then later you have the water that's coming. Or, yeah, and you always get these dikes wherever it falls down. Oh well, oh well, oh well, oh well. Okay, so I am going to do this. Boy, I sure adapted quickly to him not going, didn't I? Yes, I think so. Oh, but he's coming back. Hi.
It's still raining. I thought it was dry. It's still raining.
Oh, I thought you were going.
In a minute. Not quite ready yet.
Oh, you're getting your pants. Are you going to wear them?
I'm going to wear these.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to wear the pants.
No, these pants.
You weren't going to wear those pants.
I am going to wear this. And also the...
Okay, thank you for your patience with my not understanding. I could see I was really pushing it.
You could get some containers.
I have a bag. I got this green bag, but I'm not sure it's made of microfibers. I don't really want to eat microfibers that might get onto the... So, Uma, you asked a question. You asked about Jesus Christ and Joseph Smith. No, Joseph Smith is a person who was raised on a farm in upstate New York and had a religious experience and received instruction and was given a book, records, and translated them from ancient hieroglyphics. That, and the name of that translation, it's not the Bible, it's another one that's called the Book of Mormon. And he translated it. He was a prophet and a seer and a revelator. But Jesus Christ is who he taught us about, right? Who he taught, and it's all about the instruction that he has received from Jesus Christ and Heavenly Father. Yes, they were plates of gold. They were very thin. Gold was a very soft material, and it was very abundant in the South America in those days. And so it was easy to... Hey, Mary Jane. I didn't know you were here. Nice to see you. So what was I saying? Yeah, so these tablets were, they were metal plates, and they were all attached together. Yeah, it's nice to see you. Yeah, good. Too bad I can't see you. This person was saying Joseph Smith was Jesus and that all had been tricked. Well, certainly weren't tricked into thinking that, because that is certainly not what anybody in the church will ever tell you. We are grateful to this person. He's probably done more for humanity than anybody except Jesus Christ. But he is certainly not Jesus Christ. No way, no way. I think the Baha'is might have a thing about people that are Jesus Christ in different times. I'm not sure about that. I like who this Baha'u'llah or somebody or the Bob. They were actually supposed to be Jesus Christ in another form. I don't subscribe to any of that. Jesus Christ is Heavenly Father's Son. He's the one that died for my sins and all that good stuff. He's why I can have peace because it's when I do stuff that I feel bad about that I have no peace. And also when I try to find when I have a void and I try and fill the void with stuff or television or something, it doesn't really fill the void. Only Jesus Christ and his gospel and his teachings and his life and ministry and are his example and being like him, trying to be like him, and mostly repent and change continually. You have to continually repent. There's things that we just like doing. Anyway, so that's who Jesus Christ is. The only way to know for yourself, Uma, is to read it for yourself and ask Heavenly Father if it is true. The Book of Mormon has a promise in it. Hmm. Hmm. I seek knowledge of all faiths. It's good. It's good. I did too. I spent a long time checking out all the churches, all the religions, this promise that if you read with real intent,